Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday, July 21st edition of the Almost Comedy Showcase. How exciting is this? Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and supporting virtual comedy over the internet. How exciting is this? It's such an event. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Rob Cioffi. I'll be your host for this evening's festivities. Just a reminder, if you are sitting in front of your computer or laptop or iPad and your phone is handy, turn the damn thing off. Okay? Please turn the damn thing off. We don't need it ringing. We don't need disturbances. And in that vein, please keep in mind of your background noises. Leave your microphones on. Leave your cameras on. We want to see you. We want to hear you. But we want to see and hear you as audience. Please. These folks have been working really hard on this material. They've been working on these sets pretty much since, 2011. Long time. Seems like a long time that we've been working on these sets. They've done a great job. We're going to have a lot of fun. Just to let you know, our show is sponsored. We have a sponsor.
Whoa!
Yeah, right. Our show is sponsored by JokeZoom. Yay!
Oh, yeah, JokeZoom.
Who doesn't love JokeZoom? JokeZoom is a meeting that happens almost daily for comedy creators where they can work on their material with other comedy creators from around the world. Learn more at jokezoom.com. It's 100% free and 200% fun. That's the slogan I came up with.
Clever. Very clever.
I think so. And with that, we're going to get on with our show. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer comes to us from a tiny little island in the South Pacific called New Zealand. Please welcome the one, the only, Miss Shelley Ann Moore.
Yay! Shelley! Oh, Shelley!
It's not Shelley Ann Slack for a reason. And more. I love more money, time. What do you like more of? Last night at a gig, someone yelled out sex. It was a chick. Every night when me and my boyfriend get into bed, he says, I'm tired. Get those mitts off me. Shelley, less is more. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what would I be? Would I be pretty? Would I be rich? Here's what she said to me. You'll be a prostitute. I was very entrepreneurial in school. I did everyone's homework. They got D's. I don't take after my mother. She's 6'4". Dark. She got those real D's. And here it is, Granny's DNA and her wisdom. Be home at 11, no cursing, but always leave them with a blowjob. I was never a prostitute. I was an out-call stripper. In the 90s, I'd been on every street. Now I run a cleaning service. It's door to door in 2 minutes. Stripping and cleaning are very similar. It's discreet, cash, and we get paid double time in another room. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. I'm not sorry. And we use some of the same terminology, like wet wipes, polish the knob, slippery when wet. Fuck it. I'm not cleaning that up. We do after party cleans, and sometimes we get to keep what we find. And my new naive young cleaner, she found some Jimmy Choo shoes, Gucci glasses. Shelley, I found this little brown glass vial, and it looked like it had talcum powder in it. Didn't smell like talcum powder. Give you $20 for that. Oh no, I got 3 days cleaning done for you in one day. How can I refill that? Oh, my girlfriend was very adventurous. Turns out my ex-husband was too. That makes him a fucktard. No, he's a cuntard. Fucktards don't mean to do those things. You know, but my new boyfriend, he's lovely. He cooks me, he cleans. During lockdown, I gained 5 kgs. Lying bitch, you gained 15. 5? You know, this pandemic has just gone on for way too long. You know, the New Zealand government said we would all get vaccinated first. But us down under, we're in that far queue. The line. The queue. The line? Translation? Yeah. You know, if Auckland's a one-sheep town and... no, hang on. If Auckland's a one-horse town and Invercargill's a one-sheep town, that's one scared sheep. You know, I was like little Bo Peep. Has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Don't follow the fucking herd because they'll come home. We're not going to be dangles behind them. It's rammed. Actually, Invercargill was in the paper for something. I know. They tested the water and sewage levels, and it had the highest rate in it. It's a mess. I should move back there. You know, living up here in Auckland, it's costing me 3 times in petrol than in rent. And down there, I could have a mansion for that. I'd have 2 rooms, 1.5 baths, and a $349 a day crack addiction. It was the only weight loss program that ever worked. Now I'm a budding comedian. I can't afford crack or food. You know, they say only men are molesters. What do you call a female pedophile? My grandma. I'm actually 8 years clean and sober today. That doesn't Thanks for that. I haven't had that in 8 years. The clap. Chlamydia, you guys know what that is, right? Yeah. Shelley Ann Moore was once hitting the floor, and she lost her core and was a bit of a whore. And then one day she found her core, and there is way more. Shelley Ann Moore. Thank you.
Hey, keep it going for Shelley. Shelley Ann Moore. Keep it going.
All right.
Come on. She traveled a long way. She went from the bedroom to the living room for this. Hey. Great is that. Speaking of living rooms, let's head to a living room somewhere in deepest, darkest Kansas. For our next comedian, Jay Patterson.
If you were on Wheel of Fortune and you went bankrupt at $20,000, would you really be a good sport? Not me. I'd be chasing Vanna all around that stage with that paddle. I'd be balling. I'm fascinated by the human anatomy. I was going to be a doctor, but it was so much work. I became a slut. One day, my friend made me some chicken salad with grapes in it. I didn't eat it. I don't like round things in my food. I don't like round things in my mouth. Just ask my husband. Bragging parents. Oh, the 4.5 grade point average, the perfect ACT scholarships. At 17, my son had his own business. Unfortunately, it went under when he was arrested. But on the bright side, he was chosen inmate of the month 5 times in a row. And I have the bumper sticker. Yeah. Brad Pitt just announced that he has prosopagnosia. He can't remember faces. I have penis pagnosia. I can't remember the last time I saw a dick. I am intrigued by penises. I took a nude male drawing class. When he came out, I have never seen anything so long. I started drawing immediately. The instructor came by and said, good job on the penis, Jay, but would you draw the rest of the body? I was bicycling and I had a heat stroke. The symptoms were multiple orgasms. Way more fun than leg cramps. I read the Bible. God is so demanding. Poor Moses. He commanded that he makes a lampstand out of pure hammered gold. He wanted a center stand with 3 branches on each side and adorned with gold rose petals and leaves. He was a shepherd. He lived in the desert. Moses didn't need to find the promised land. He needed to find Home Depot. The 70s were so liberal. I could smoke while I was in labor. I asked the nurse for my epidural, and she said, no, you can't have one. What? Well, then somebody better be getting me another pack of cigarettes and a 6-pack of beer to get me through this. He said, all we have is Michelob. Oh, that'll work. And don't tell an alcoholic nursing mother that she can have as much beer as she wants because it's really good for her breast milk. For that. Hey, why don't you have your hearing aids in? I yelled at my husband. He said, I don't like the background noise. Well, what if I fall and I can't get up and I'm screaming for help? That's the background noise I'm talking about. I did have a breast reduction and I went from double D's to B cups. What I didn't know was that I had a triple D belly under those boobies. Yeah. And Apple Watches are so emotional. They tell you your steps, your heart rate, to breathe. I have a Snapple watch. It says, you talk too much. Would you stop? Oh. You know, I turned 69 this year. Woo-hoo! We thought we'd try that position. And it was really fun for a few minutes, but we got all tangled up in the CPAP machines. Oh. Here, thank you.
Jay Patterson, come on. Let's hear it for Jay. Come on. Yay. She's going to get arrested. Hope nobody finds out before the end of the show. All right, here we go. We're going to go over to the Sunshine State. Do they call it that still? Please welcome from Arizona, Lynette Charity.
Lynette.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane strapped to a jump master. It was so intimate. By the time we got to the ground, I needed a Marlboro. Jump master came over to me and said, sorry, I pulled the cord prematurely. It happens. So I am Lynette Charity, and I'm a retired anesthesiologist. I spent 43 years putting people to sleep, whether they liked it or not. Mr. Jones, I told you no. You cannot watch your own brain surgery. Now, my name really is Dr. Charity. People don't believe me. Like I'd make that up. If I could, it would be Dr. Moneybags. Even my patients don't believe me. Hi, I'm Dr. Charity, your anesthesiologist. How dare you? I'm no charity case. If it makes you feel better, you can call me Dr. $300 an hour. So we do have code names in medicine. There is code red, meaning someone's having a heart problem. There's code blue, someone having a lung problem. Code brown, someone's having a, no insurance. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm doing this for free. I'm retired. Yes, I'm retired, but I do miss my patients. Asleep. Patients are annoying. Awake. Are you a real doctor? Are you going to use that drug that killed Michael Jackson? Are you going to put me to sleep and leave? Yes. I'm an MD. Yes, propofol is coursing through your veins as we speak. So why don't you just shut the fuck up and go to sleep? So I can leave. Talking to patients in the OR is overrated. They're drugged. Mr. Mason, so how long have you been married? I love you. Patients say some crazy stuff as they're going under. Most of it I can't repeat. Wait a minute. I'm retired. No HIPAA. Yeah, and another thing. I had this guy who double dog dared me that I couldn't put him to sleep. I'll take that bet any day. Are you ready, sir? Are you ready to count back from 100? Yeah, doc, I got this. I'll show you. 100, 99. Listen, when you sleep with a pro, out you go. So I do regional anesthesia for some cases. I had a guy that needed wrist surgery, so I anesthetized his arm. And I anesthetized his arm, but not his mouth. So the surgeon asked, Dr. Charity, is the patient ready? And before I could say anything, the patient pipes up and goes, hey, doc, it's me. Yeah, I'm ready. I can't feel my arm. I can't move it. Can I see it? I was thinking, what am I going to be eating when I'm all done with this? Doc, I really need to see my arm. I really need to move it. Hello? What's happening? It was time for a syringe full of shut the fuck up and go to sleep. And back to Rob.
Hey, come on, Lynette Charity.
Yeah.
Thank God she's retired. Right? All right. Okay, here we go. We're going all the way over to the, what do they call that? The Rocky Mountains? Is that what those mountains are? They're pretty rocky. I've seen them. The rocks. That area. Now, from Boulder, Colorado, put your hands together for Lynn Wysolmierski.
I just turned 53. Turn 8 and you're 8 years old. Turn 53 and you're spoiled milk. Lumpy, smelly. Nobody puts this face on a milk carton. I worry a lot about my skin. I think it's super damaged. Instead of a warning label, they could put my face on a copper tone bottle. Mm-hmm. Don't let this happen to you. People ask if I'll have a late life baby. I could buy Botox and butt lifts and boy toys, but they don't sell working uteri. You can tighten and tuck a vag? Yes. Reupholster the interior? No. No baby wants old parents. Hey, kid, get off of that swing. Bring me a coffee and help me with the crossword, because Mondays are the hardest. My friends are grandparents. When a grandchild cries, you find the real parents. If my kid screamed, I'd have to find a Mormon family, leave my kid in the middle of their brood, and hope nobody notices. Any teenager would hate having old parents. They can use microchips in their eye to send naked holograms of themselves everywhere. I'd be there, like 68-year-old mother screaming at my iPhone. Where's the 3D Wordle? I didn't touch anything. I do have some motherly instincts. A young man whistled at me. I yelled, hey, buddy, you okay, kiddo? Self-esteem issues? Because you are catcalling a 53-year-old woman. See, I can mother. Unless they're cute. Yeah. I couldn't actually date a 25-year-old because I had trouble pretending 25-year-olds were interesting when I was 25. Now, if I was trying to look interested, I'd have an aneurysm. Young people are so precious, and every conversation needs a trigger warning. Warning, I'm about to ask you to pass the salt. This request may upset those who have been traumatized by pretzels. It's tough to talk to young people because they speak a different language. If I say I'm lactose intolerant, they come right back at me and say, "You're against breastfeeding, you misogynist bitch." In middle age, all the basics get very different. I can't just eat anymore. If it's not nourishing, I might as well swallow razor blades. Dinner out became an intervention. You've been hitting the bagels really hard. Do you think we can't see? Because you hold your weight in your hips and no one wants to look at that. So put the breadsticks down.
Oh.
You can't diet in middle age because after 50, I had to become a caveman. Now I'm paleo keto. I only eat what I kill with my bare hands. So be nice to me. Pretty middle-aged women say they look good thanks to sleep and water. I was so tired I fell asleep in the shower for 2 hours and woke up looking like a 97-year-old raisin. Playing ends too late in life. I used to love breaking a sweat playing basketball. Post 50, playing is over. Now, breaking a sweat is the first sign of a stroke. Once you hit middle age, all exercise must serve a purpose. You train, you strengthen, you work out. Unless you're me, because all I'm working out is how to pull on those Spanx. I'm Lynn Wysolmierski, and now back to the lovely and talented Rob Cioffi.
Thank you so much. Please give it up. Come on, for Lynn Wysolmierski. Funny is that? The specs. I have a problem getting those on too, but I take the show. I got mine out for the show. Okay, before we go on to the next comedian, I just want to remind everybody who's in the audience, if you're an active comedian and want to be on our next show, all you have to do is stay till the end of the show and give me your, I will explain to you how you could be in the running for our August 4th showcase. Come on, applause. Yes. Woo! I want to be on the show. Come on. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Our next comedian is someone I know very well, who's I recently met in person, and she's real, despite what you might think. She really exists. Please welcome, direct from New Jersey, Ms. Carolynn Mincin.
I wrote a book called How to Get Your Teenage Daughter to Do What You Want. It's a fantasy tale. I work from home as a virtual receptionist, and my voice is the face of the company. So I have to be focused, professional, and able to think on my feet. But it's hard to be a parent working from home. Like, good morning. It's a tranquil day at Peaceful Valley Cemetery, where your loved ones wait in eternal peace and tranquility. My name is Carolynn Mincin. How may I tell your sister to stop shaving the dog with daddy's razor blades? Okay. I grabbed a security officer at the airport. Like, have you seen my boy? His battalion arrived from the Middle East. He's wearing army fatigues and probably smells like camel. And ma'am, that narrows it down to 900 soldiers. Can you be more specific? What kind of camel? I call him my Wesley Little Bear. I brought balloons. I brought a news crew. I brought his freaking high school marching band. Ma'am. Calm down, ma'am. I'll handle this. Paging Lieutenant Wesley Little Bear Mincin. Mother of all mothers has been spotted. Reboard plane. Save yourself. And you know, I think that Wesley was disoriented from his long flight, because when he saw me from the tarmac, He ran back inside the plane. Like, Mama's here! Mama's here! And Wesley is like, Ma, when I was in that war zone and bombs were exploding around me, I imagined you would be waiting for me at home, quietly, with dignity. Like, son, have you never met your mother? I am proud that my son became a police officer. No need to call me ma'am. Cop mom will do. And I do things for him. I polish his shoes, bring cookies to the firing range, follow him on patrol without him knowing it. Like, dispatch, this is Officer Mincin's mom. Why, yes, those cookies were homemade. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. Taking it to my own radio. There is a disturbance at the Dunkin' Donuts. I see a gang of teenage girls having food fights. It's the Crispy Crips against the Dunkin' Hoes. Copy that. No need for backup. I got this. Hey, young ladies, that's not the way to behave. Don't you give me attitude, Missy. I knew you when you were back in your diapers. Get your heinies back home before I call your mamas and tell them you're stretching out their spanks. My doctor wants me to have a urodynamic test. He says I'm European. That would be really hysterical if I was Asian, you know? Urogynecologists are hard to find. So if you need mine, her name is Dr. Franklin. Dr. Uretha Franklin. You not urinate on me. Yeah, redheads have no business singing soul. My daughter, yeah, right. My daughter's best friend in high school came out of the closet to his parents. Like, Mom, Dad, for 16 years, I've been living a lie. I'm not who you think I am. I'm a Republican. Whoa. Today, he is the only gay Republican Latino teenager in the state of New Jersey. You know how hard that is to find. I wonder about women taking selfies with duck faces. I mean, their mouths look like they're being sucked out by plungers. Like, you look more like suck face. This is what my career has come to. If you think Godzilla is Japan's revenge for Hiroshima, boom. Boom. Okay, I'm stomping on buildings. You've never heard the vocal stylings of Yoko Ono. What drugs was John Lennon taking? Like, imagine there's no Yoko. You know, it seems like only yesterday my daughter was 3 years old getting her PhD in PMS. She's 16 going on, bitch. Thank you, Carolynn Mincin, and back to Rob.
Yeah, come on, keep it going for Carolynn Mincin. Woo! With the Godzilla. All right, we're going to slingshot right back to Kansas now.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give your warmest welcome to Ms. Regina Winemiller.
Regina.
I did a show for Mother's Day, and they said it's going to be so funny, you'll pee your pants. I said, oh, no, don't oversell it. And then I remembered how easy it is to make moms pee. Like for me, just a margarita and a giggle. A Coke and a cough. My grandpa was in the Korean War, And he really didn't talk about it, but he told me one story. He said his bunkmate would get up in the middle of the night, every night, and pee in all of the lockers. They called him dishonorable discharge. I saw a quiz online. It said, do you have an alcohol belly, a mom belly, or a stress belly? And I chose all of the above. Yeah, I guess I'm a little overweight because the other day my friend's mom said, so when are you expecting?
Oh.
Yes, thank you. I said 2016. Yeah, I'm in my 23rd trimester. And if you're looking for a baby gift, she could use a new Coach purse. I realized I was gaining some weight when I started to argue with my clothes. Pulling on my pants, I was like, oh, you think you're large? Well, that's cute. Tiny ass. Tiny ass pants. You zip it. Yes, you will. Zip it. Zip it. Okay. They didn't agree. And so I decided I really am going to try to lose some weight. I'm going to cut carbs. I'm going to skip the chips and just drink the queso. I mean, who needs chips anyway? They're just edible spoons. They're made of corn, carbs, and chronic depression. Delicious. Yeah, I might be a little out of shape, but I can still win an arm wrestling match against any kitten. Yeah. The last time I successfully completed pull-ups was when I wore them. I used to be really skinny. My husband and I both. And, it was all right angles and bones. And it was kind of like, have you ever tried to fuck a cardboard box? Yeah. We were 2 packages in the back of the truck on Prime Day. No, I'm a little more squishy. It's a little more fun to touch. So, I watch a lot of Dateline, Snapped, and Deadly Women. My husband got a little nervous, and, I guess it didn't help that I was taking notes. My defense, I have dark humor. So, I told my grandma I was going to New York, and she said, I don't care for New York because when I went in the 1980s, there was a line of prostitutes waiting outside of the airport. I said, Grandma, I don't think you're going to see that anymore. I'm sure there's an app for that. I texted my friend who lives in New York and asked for some advice. She said, don't be going around like a tourist and looking up at all the buildings. So I was looking at skyscrapers the way guys try to peek at boobies. Ooh, look at those. Oh, they're so big. Oh, I want to go there. Some people make a list of places that they want to see. I make bingo cards. So when I got to New York, I made a bingo card and I saw the Statue of Liberty. Check. I saw Times Square. Check. And then I saw a woman posing as the Statue of Liberty in Times Square. She was naked. I saw a rat crossing the street. Well, actually, that one was New Jersey. I got a New York slice. And then my New York friend texted, OMG, I'm so glad you're not with me. I just saw a guy jacking off in the subway. And I said, damn it, that would have been my bingo. Thank you, and back to Rob.
All right, here we go for Regina Winemiller. I know that rat. Okay, yeah. Friend of mine. All right, our next comedian. He's also a good friend of mine. Please welcome from Long Island, New York, Mr. Bob Lopatkin.
Bob's in the house.
I hate going to the doctor. It's always something. Once he told me if I live long enough, I'm probably going to die. Another time he said I had high cholesterol. I never had high cholesterol until he started ordering those damn blood tests. My wife makes daily lists for whatever she wants to do. Lately, I'm not on them.
Oh.
Ouch. We were in Atlantic City last month. I told her, don't bother with blackjack because you can't win. I can't win. I never win. I explained to her that there were 3 types of people at those tables. Those that can count cards, those that can't. Last month, I rode in a 62-mile charity bike ride. It was rough. At the end, they had a spare parts booth for us cyclists. So I ordered a new front tire, new rear brakes, and a new right hip. You see, the CDC just announced that college students should avoid having sex with someone with monkeypox. When I was in college, all we worried about was herpes, HIV, and whether we remembered to leave a sock on the doorknob. That was a signal. The Wall Street Journal recently reported how the merger of Frontier and Spirit Airlines is a classic example of 2 wrongs don't make a right. In the unlikely event that we lose cabin pressure, for your oxygen mask to drop down, you will need exact change. I just got my first motorcycle, and my wife was so excited until she found out that it came with a helmet. When it comes to running our household, my wife and I complement each other perfectly. As an accountant, she's great at keeping track of expenses, paying bills, and investing. As a dentist, I'm good at cleaning things, fixing stuff, and planning nitrous parties. The actors know their career is over when their roles include that no medical required life insurance commercial. As a dentist, I'll know my career is over when my role is sitting at an airport doing cavity searches. Once on a cruise, my wife signed us up for massages. I knew that if I requested the female masseuse and got excited, my wife would have many questions for me. So I requested the male masseuse. Now I have many questions for me.
Oh.
With extra time on our hands, my wife said, now we can do lots of stuff together. Oh boy. She took up my hobbies of golf, bicycling, and photography. I took up her hobbies of drinking I have a small family. My mom was an only child. My dad is an only child. And my sister's an only child. But I have two daughters. My younger daughter got married about 2 years ago. And as I was walking her down the aisle, my cell phone, very embarrassing, my cell phone screeched, recalculating, make a U-turn. Throw that one out.
I love it.
My older daughter came to me a little over 2 years ago and said, brace yourself, Dad, you're going to be a grandfather. Then she asked me if I'd be the first to buy something for the baby, like a rattle, or a blanket, or a college tuition. Fast forward, I now have a beautiful 18-month-old granddaughter.
Oh.
Thank you. They have been so COVID protective of her, they finally let me take the baby out of the house to a class to interact with other kids. You may have heard of that class. It's called Mommy and He, She, They. And my granddaughter's at that cute stage where she repeats everything she hears. Yesterday, I went to their house over for dinner. I said, Emmy, it's Grandpa. And she just looked at me and said, Grandpa, it's fucking late again. And wouldn't you know it, my daughter is pregnant again.
Oh,
This time it's a boy. Now I know it's a boy because in the sonogram, I could see he was holding his little sign that said, yes, dear. I'm Bob Lopatkin. Back to our host, Bob Cioffi.
Yay! Come on, keep it up for Bob Lopatkin. And all the other comedians that you saw tonight. Shelley Ann Moore, Jay Patterson, Lynette Charity, Lynn Wysolmierski, Carolynn Mincin, Regina Winemiller. Bob Lopatkin again. Hey! All right. Thank you for watching the show. Now, if you are in the audience and want to be on our August 4th show, I will put you in the running simply by you right now. Take a moment to do this. Going into the chat and typing your name. Type your name in the chat. Type it. Type. Put your name in the chat. Everyone who puts their name in will be put in a random drawing. And this Tuesday, if you're in the show, you'll get an email from me saying, hey, better not be doing anything on August 4th because we're going to have another almost comedy show. Give yourselves one more round of applause. Thank you for coming out. Everybody did a fantastic job. Have a great night. We'll see you on August 4th.
Thank you.